There's a place on the moon that no human has ever walked on. A place so hidden, so unreachable, that for all of human history, it might as well have been another world. NASA studied it. SpaceX simulated it. But only one country ever landed there. China didn't just visit the far side of the moon. They collected samples, and what they brought back is forcing scientists to rethink everything we thought we knew about the moon's past, and maybe even Earth's. So, what exactly did China discover in the lunar forbidden zone, and why is NASA suddenly paying much closer attention? Why the far side is unlike anything we've ever seen. The far side of the moon is not just another region. It's a different world entirely. When scientists first captured images of it decades ago, they were shocked. It didn't look anything like the familiar face we see from Earth. The near side, the one we always see, is covered with dark, smooth plains called maria, formed by volcanic activity. But the far side? It's the opposite, rugged, heavily cratered, and almost completely lacking those volcanic seas. Why? Because the moon isn't symmetrical. Its crust is far thicker on the far side, so thick that ancient lava couldn't break through the surface like it did on the near side. That's why the far side looks older, harsher, and far more violent. And then, there's the biggest mystery of all, the South Pole, Aitken Basin, a colossal crater nearly 2,500 kilometers wide. It's one of the largest impact scars in the entire solar system. Scientists believe that whatever hit the moon here was so massive that it nearly cracked the lunar crust open. This basin is extremely important because it exposes deep lunar material, layers we can't access anywhere else. If we want to understand how the moon formed, or what materials lie beneath the surface, this is the place. That's why China targeted it. Not because it's mysterious, but because it's scientifically priceless. And yet, no one before them ever landed there. Not NASA, not Russia, not India, not even SpaceX. Why? Because landing on the far side is technically a nightmare. You can't communicate directly with Earth. The moon blocks all signals. You need relay satellites, autonomous navigation, and perfect precision. That's why, when China actually did it, the entire world was watching. How China achieved the impossible, landing on the far side. China's Chang'e program faced challenges no other lunar mission had ever attempted. To land on the far side, the spacecraft needed a way to talk to Earth, but the moon blocks radio signals. So China launched a relay satellite called Chang'e. It positioned itself in a special orbit behind the moon, acting like a cosmic mirror to bounce signals back to Earth. This step alone was groundbreaking. No one had done it before. Once the communication problem was solved, the landing itself had to be perfect. There's no GPS on the moon, no real-time human control. Every maneuver had to be autonomous. Chang'e successfully touched down inside the South Pole, Aitken Basin, the most dangerous yet scientifically valuable site imaginable. Immediately, the rover U-2 began scanning the soil, analyzing rocks, and sending unprecedented images back to Earth. Then came the next step, something even more ambitious. China launched Chang'e-6, a mission designed to collect samples from the far side and bring them home. This required drilling lunar soil, sealing samples in a return capsule, launching them off the lunar surface, docking in orbit with a return module, and surviving re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. This sequence is complex even on the near side. Doing it on the far side, with zero direct communication, is something no space agency had ever pulled off. This mission wasn't just a technological victory. It was a message. China proved it could explore places NASA has never gone, using methods that even the US has not yet mastered. And when the samples finally arrived, the real surprise began. What China brought back, the discovery that shocked scientists. When scientists first examined the far side samples, one thing became clear. They were nothing like the samples collected from the near side during Apollo or other missions. The composition is different, very different. The far side rocks contain higher levels of titanium, unusual concentrations of heat-producing elements, and traces of materials from deep beneath the lunar crust, possibly from the moon's mantle. This is huge. Why? Because we've never had mantle-like material from the moon before. These samples could answer questions that scientists have asked for decades. Is the moon the result of a massive collision with early Earth? If so, the far side might hold the chemical fingerprints of that collision. Why is the far side crust so much thicker? One theory suggests the moon once had two sides formed from different cooling processes. Another suggests a second celestial body might have crashed into the moon early in its formation, creating a double-layered structure. And then, there's the helium-3 discovery. The samples contain higher traces of this rare isotope, a potential future fuel source for nuclear fusion. Countries have dreamed about mining helium-3 on the moon for decades. The far side might be the richest source of it. NASA scientists, including teams connected to Artemis 3, openly admitted that China's data is extremely valuable. But it also changes the geopolitical landscape. If China knows more about lunar resources, if they reach the richest regions first, if they establish the first far-side lunar base, then the future of the moon and its resources could shift dramatically. This is no longer just science. It's strategy. China didn't just explore the far side. They claimed the first scientific advantage there. And now NASA, SpaceX, and multiple nations are accelerating their lunar plans in response. The far side of the moon is no longer a mystery hidden in darkness. China turned it into the center of the next great space race. Their landing proved it can be done. Their samples revealed secrets no one expected. And their next missions, including plans for a lunar base, could redefine humanity's future beyond Earth. For the first time in decades, space exploration feels unpredictable again. Who will reach deeper? Who will discover more? And who will shape the future of the moon? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Your support means the world and keeps our journey going.